know, you always think you're going to do the same things that you can do where you're at the time you're at, but it doesn't work that way. But it's just been a great experience for me, like all experiences. The nice thing is, Father Paul will understand this, when you're a diocesan priest, you work in parishes here, basically. One of the nicest things that ever happened to me was the opportunity to go to a different country and work. Not because of only the people that you meet there, but the different kinds of ministers that you meet there. In Brazil, where I was at, Recife, there were IHM sisters. You all know who they are, right? And they really work for the social issues. And so they're always meeting with women and trying to get their rights and working hard with them. But there were also a group of Benedictine sisters. And Benedictine sisters have a different kind of approach, a different kind of charism. Their main work was to always allow people to feel at home. Hospitality. There were 3 of them that on Mondays were our days off, and we'd often get together. The oblate priests who were there, the Benedictine sisters, the IHM sisters, the priests from Detroit and Michigan. We'd get together on Mondays, and it was a day off, so we went to the beach, refreshed ourselves in the ocean, and then we'd always meet for a dinner together. Then it was time for the favorite of Latin Americans, the siesta. And then after that, these sisters would always invite us to their home, which was a little home near the airport in an area called Jordan. And they'd always prepare a light supper for us. And that is really a gift when you're men without a home and without food. They always made us feel at home. I think that's a tremendous gift, and that was what St. Benedict opened the door to the service of the Lord. What is the service of the Lord? It was in the gospel. It's wherever you find yourself, you give peace. There aren't a lot of gifts that we can always give, but peace and graciousness and gratitude, those are great gifts. And that's exactly what happened in the story of Joseph and his brothers. You know, they went there looking for food, and he gave them something else. He gave them forgiveness. He gave them forgiveness. That's the great gift we all have to give. You never know who comes into your life and what they're going to ask. I love Father Paul. I pray for him because he's the pastor of 2 different areas. And, you know, in every parish, there are always people who think they know more than the pastor. And they're right. They are. They do know things that we don't know. Let me just use this as an example. People will always come in and they'll say, why don't we start this? Father Hayes, who was my predecessor, when somebody says, why don't we do this, before you know it, they were on the parish council. They were on the A&F committee. They were people who were interested in what was going on. And that's what you're looking for in a parish, how to excite people. And a lot of them have great, well, this couple, they went back to the time of Father Coughlin. Now that isn't 480 when Benedict was born, but that's a long time ago for most of us. They went back to the time of Father Coughlin, and they came in to see me, and they said, Father, this happened about 45 years ago. Could we start perpetual adoration in our parish? And I said, boy, that's an undertaking. Do you have enough people? And they said, we think we do. We think we can get them. Well, I said, okay, we'll have to find a place where they can come in and be secure and have this space set aside for them, this Eucharistic adoration. I went to see our cook, and I said, Carrie, this nice, beautiful black lady, Methodist, Carrie, I said, we're going to have to move the refrigerators out of this section here so we get this entrance. Why y'all want to do that? I said, well, because we want to have a place where people can come in and pray together anytime and feel secure. She says, well, there's a room upstairs. Father Hayes had set that aside for people who are homeless. It's in the hallway. I said, it is. And sure enough, we went upstairs, and there was this room. Before you know it, everything was in place, and we were ready to start. Now, I didn't start it, but I was there for it. And that couple, what they started almost 45 years ago, is still going strong. Eucharistic adoration. Now they have their gift house, it used to be, and that is the place that they use at this time. But it's amazing. To me, it's amazing. When you let the service of God that's in people come to the fore, they'll find a way. If we're only trusting enough with them to allow them to do these things. So God works in many wonderful ways. People look at the world and say, where's God? He's always there, just waiting to be discovered by us when we give him a chance. That lady died and will be buried this week. Her name is Mary Lou DeFaw, her and her husband. I never forgot them. Father, could we start perpetual adoration? A lot of people prayed because of that.